We are going to call the planning board meeting on September 11th, 2025 at 6:05. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So if Carly's going to present, you can go ahead and open the public hearing so we can start that and get that done.
Kyle, are you ready for everything? Okay.
Oh, roll call. Roxanne Tufts-Keegan here.
Christine Maynard here.
John Quinn here.
Okay. And we're going to open the public hearing at 6:05 p.m. And it's for a conditional use permit for Stephen Cameron, and he is at tax map lot 4 or map 4 lot 107. And we have Kyle, is it Pimentel? Okay, I hate saying people's names wrong. He'll present what the project and everything is.
Sure. So the conditional use permit is for impacts within a wetlands, and the town's Article 8 in your zoning, your wetlands conservation overlay district requires a conditional use permit whenever there's a permit to fill, dredge, or construction operation, which that's essentially the trigger for a state permit, which has already been filed. So that is why we're in front of you today, is for the board to approve that conditional use permit for impacts within a wetland. So the project that's taking place is a culvert replacement across Lakeshore Drive. This is a culvert that has malfunctioned over the years. It's caused some erosion issues at the beach. And we were able to get a grant through the Department of Environmental Services because Sunrise Lake has a watershed management plan that was approved in 2021. The town is eligible for this type of implementation funding. And this is really for construction related projects. And so this project is seeking to address some of the erosion problems at the beach. So it's kind of twofold. The culvert replacement is one part of it. It seems as though that the culvert is broken, it's undersized, it doesn't daylight at the correct place. All of that will be addressed, as well as, and it's not part of this permit, but there's a proposal for 3 additional rain gardens on the site to also help with stormwater and to capture that water, not only to treat it, but to prevent it from running directly into the beach, which is causing massive erosion issues and sedimentation that's being discharged directly to the lake. So we have been working with Underwood Engineers. They have designed this culvert replacement. These designs, as I mentioned, have already been submitted to the state. We are asking for an expedited review for the wetlands permit. We also have to file 2 shoreline permits for impacts within the 250 foot of the shoreline, which hopefully will be submitted to DES by a permit by notification only, hopefully tomorrow. We just need some signatures. But this is the last piece for the culvert process in terms of what is needed for permitting at the local level. So that's kind of in a nutshell what this is seeking to do. It's really trying to address a problem that is there to improve the culvert alignment and do some work to ensure that there's a little bit of treatment before this kind of discharge is out into the lake.
Kyle, can I just ask a question? Are we replacing it with a larger culvert, or is it going to be the same like diameter? Is it going to be, I don't know if it's 12 inches, 18 inches, and we going bigger, smaller? And if so, is there a reason why?
It's a good question. So I don't know what the size of that is now. I think that,
I thought it was a 24 inch. John, do you remember?
He just got here, give him a minute.
I'll give you a minute.
Let him sign in.
I thought it was a 24 inch.
if it is 24, then that's what we're proposing.
So I guess the question is we're not going larger to smaller. If anything, we'd be going smaller to larger or staying the same.
Yeah. I don't think it's a capacity problem.
Oh, okay.
That's there. It sounds like, at least in the past, when this has failed, it has been because of it's broken in the middle. And there has been things that have gotten lodged in there that is causing the water to back up. But I don't think, at least from my understanding from Underwood, is that it's not necessarily a culvert that was designed, is drastically undersized.
Yeah, okay, I was just curious,
I think that a lot of work is going to be done at the head wall and at the outlet, but the culvert itself, I don't believe is increasing that much.
Yeah, I didn't know if maybe that might have given it a little bit more stability to say if it's only 12 inches, 18 would be better, or 24, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. And so what's in there now, it looks like it's a metal culvert, and we would be going to, like PVC, or it's not metal with metal, we're not gonna replace it with another metal, are we?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so, because that's just gonna rot over time as well. I was just curious, it's not
Do they even use metal culverts much anymore? Kind of seems,
I doubt it.
I don't think it's
Probably
not
for
very-
decoration, you know, like they cut it and put it out in
A
front.
little garden.
Yeah,
No, they rot out. They don't-
yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem logical to use them.
The culverts that the other side label plastic.
Like my photography?
Is that you?
Yeah.
But a lot of things everything.
I know John has presented at the Board of Selectmen, you know, and the town supports us from that standpoint, the board supports the project. And I think, you know, you have the engineers looking at what needs to be done, so that's all, you know, all the i's are dotted and the t's are crossed. So from my standpoint, I don't see an issue with going ahead and doing the conditional use permit and approving that, but I'll throw it out there for other people's input.
I think it makes sense to do it. It's in the best interest of the lake and the health of the lake, the best interest of the town. And we have professionals that know what they're doing. So it's going to get done right, and all the proper permits and everything are being done. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better.
And so,
Situation.
just so I say, so it's with Steve and Kate Karen, whose property is going across, that's all, there's no issues?
No, they're completely on board and supportive of it. Steve even offered to help with some of the construction,
Oh, good.
because he partly does stuff like this for business. So no, they're on board, unless he's changed something since I talked to him.
Everything, Kate? So I'll make the motion.
Or
Or public, you should ask.
If you're looking for two permits by notification, is that for each site, Lakeshore Shores and Lakeshore?
For the shoreline,
Yeah, those are two additional shoreline.
so that's just for lakelands.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Now, why two?
So for the culvert and the rain garden.
Okay.
So we had
Two
to
separate.
separate those because they're different projects. So that's why we put those.
Although they're at the same site.
Same site, but two different projects. We did include, though, whether or not we can get there or not, because it wasn't ever part of our scope of work, but it has come up about the sealing of that well that's there. We wrote that into the permit for the shoreline permit as part of the rain gardens. So we tied that together. And hopefully, DES will not require a third permit for that. They may want to see that separated, but we put it in there after speaking with them and said, so long as we can have the contractor comply with the state's administrative codes for sealing abandoned wells, they were fine with it.
John?
Question. As long as they can comply,
Correct.
doesn't have to be a licensed contractor.
It has to be a licensed well contractor. that's written right into the administrative code. So now if we can't do that, if we can't make that work, that's just gonna be something that the Lakeland Association's gonna have to take on their own, if they want that well to be sealed. We just thought there's a ton of momentum right now. We've got the permits, we've got equipment out there. If we can try to solve this problem for the town, great, because then we knock all of these things out all at once, and we don't have to go back through this whole process of permitting again. It's a lot of work to do this, so we figured, let's try and roll it in.
Yeah.
If we can't do it, then so be it. It was never part of the scope, but we're trying to roll it in to kind of get it knocked out while it's under construction.
Is there a plan for how you're gonna collapse it? Will it be flat and level once it's done?
I think so. I mean, I'm not an expert on it. I know it'll be sealed, but
The rules for closing a well is that, and I'm not an expert, but I've looked into this and I've talked to our expert back here. If you, first of all, you take the equipment that's in, whatever's in the bottom of the well, and when we opened it up, there's some stuff in there. Well, I don't know what it is, but there's things. So you clear that out. And then you take the top and you take it 2 feet below the grade. Then you fill it, depending on what material you want to use to fill it. The concern when you fill it is what type of material. Sometimes you can put just stone in there, fill it up, but what you want to make sure is what's in there and if there's any pipes left in there, where are they going? Our road agent suggested putting in a slurry type of concrete, but what that does is it prevents any seepage. We don't know what's going in there. We don't know whether it's filling up or not. So it doesn't complicate the thing, you just have to be. So what you do is you go down, you take the top off, you go down 2 feet, you fill it, then you cover it with material topsoil.
So that part will
That would
initially be
part of the
flat.
That rain garden is big. That's a big rain garden. That's as big as
No kidding.
20 by 40.
And that right, so will the rain garden be where that well
And
is?
in front, it goes into that area, yeah.
Okay.
John, you spoke to Rick Washburn, our previous road agent, and did he have anything to add? You spoke to him last night on
I
the
didn't
meeting here, and I was watching it on YouTube.
You know, I gave him a copy of
Oh,
this,
so he just,
and I didn't get a chance to ask him really about the history of the culvert. It really doesn't matter.
no, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to question on that, because he seemed to know
Yes,
how that got connected
yes.
way back.
Thank you.
Kyle, with the rain gardens, do you guys foresee getting all of this done before winter? Or will the rain gardens have to wait till spring?
I think it's going to be more, do we have all the funding for construction? So
Okay.
we didn't anticipate that it would be 3 rain gardens as when we wrote the proposal. So I think it's all going to depend on how much SUR, if we can get them to be the town contractor, how much they are willing to sort of donate some of their time. I think if we've got the funding to do it, I think we would do it all this construction season by sort of the end of October, early November. It doesn't really make sense if we have the money to just do rain garden 1 and then wait and dig it all back up again in the spring. So we would do the whole thing, but it's entirely dependent on funding.
So if we run out of funding, do we then have to wait for another grant or then?
Or if
Pay
the
for
town
it.
or the association wants to pick up the rest of the cost, you'll have all the designs
Yeah.
to do it. It'll just be,
Fundraisers.
yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, we'll try and do I think the culvert is the #1 piece.
Yes.
If we can get as many other components to this
Yeah.
as constructed, the better. It's just gonna be a matter of if SUR comes back and says we can only do this, that's what we're gonna do. We've made the culvert the priority.
Yeah, which makes sense. Because, how much really does a rain garden?
Well, so this is the staging area. The culvert's here, so if you look at the culvert designs, the rain garden, this is rain garden 1 with a swale out to where the pipe ends, and then there's some additional curbing here for a second rain garden, and then a third one down here at the bottom.
On the other side of the boat ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And how long do the permits last once?
that's a good question. I think that they run for at least 2 years.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you've
that's
got-
good.
You've got some time.
Okay.
And there's also room for applying for an extension if you need it. So, which, if we don't get to the rain gardens and there isn't enough local funding and you do want to wait for another grant, which
Big stone.
does take time, we would advocate that as part of that, we would renew that permit so we don't have to go
The
through
approval
that.
process, yeah.
so can I ask, who's having the discussions with SUR? Is that Dan, or is that,
Who did what?
who's having the discussions with SUR? Dan?
Mr. Phillips, yeah.
Dan and Jim?
He had a discussion today.
Okay,
He gave him a list of materials this time specific, he's talked to him before.
yeah,
He sent him a list of materials, and he should be getting back to him very shortly.
okay,
You know, there's going to be some cost involved there, but at least at their cost, if
Yeah.
they can do
Yeah.
that for us.
yep,
And, you know, we're talking with them a couple of things. The contractor to do the ditch work.
yeah,
The well is another scenario. The manhole, the concrete manhole, and the piping. And we need a piping contract, and that's what they do. So he should be getting an answer probably early next week.
okay. I was just curious to who was having the discussion
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
SUR,
Now,
which,
I have had discussions with Steve Cameron.
yeah,
He's a hard man to track down, very busy.
Mm-hmm.
I am confident that he'll help also as with Cameron's, whatever they
yeah,
can
oh, yeah,
do, work, planning materials, that kind of stuff.
okay,
So I'm getting more confident as time moves on that things are starting to come together.
yeah, I was just curious as to who was reaching out to SUR, and I thought Dan, you mentioned that Dan, because I'm like,
Yeah.
he's very familiar with,
I'm sorry I was late, but did you talk about the permit? The permit, this is you got this letter today saying the permit has been accepted.
okay, so,
Well, I didn't know it was for the wetland
Yeah,
permit? Okay.
that's,
yeah, we had said that it had been submitted, but it wasn't,
Yeah, I didn't know that it had been accepted.
yeah, this was dated September 5th, and
Oh, okay, but it,
it was received,
Yeah.
not accepted, received.
oh,
They
okay,
have 30 days, so.
which is
make a
expedited for
decision.
the state.
Yeah, make a decision, so.
okay. No, it sounds like all the ducks in a row,
I guess, huh?
literally. I don't know if you want to ask, because I don't know, because I'll.
Okay. And does anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns?
No, it's 79 Lakeshore Drive, right beside, across from where the well is. It makes perfect sense. It's the perfect, not only for the abutters, but also for the whole neighborhood.
No, this is it's not a town project though. This is
Correct.
This is not a town project. This
No,
has
but
been in the works.
The neighborhood or?
No, this has been in the works for how many, I mean, I think I was pregnant with Ben when I first met Kyle about doing that first initial project, so
It's been a long, well,
it's been a long road.
it's been a long road. It was, after we got the grant to implement, when the plan was established, I think that these. 21. These low-hanging fruit were in the plan. So then in 23 is when the grant, we filed for the grant, we got the grant for these projects. So
It's
Yeah.
been,
it's been 4 years.
it's taken a long time just to
4
get,
years, and, you know, it's very beneficial. So I personally myself, I think it's a well-designed project. And it's a start of many other projects down the road. This will set a precedent with DES.
Yeah.
We continue on with our 10-year program to reduce nutrient loads. It also will help in stormwater management for the neighborhood in that area. Reduce the amount of sand that is washed into the lake, which is bad. Carries a lot of, you were citing some chemicals yesterday that I didn't know what were, but whatever, they were bad. So that's a major project, I think. And it's a good one to start.
So the one thing that I would add to that is, so the plan was submitted in 2021, where it was finalized. We did submit to a 319 grant the first year that we were eligible in 2022, which we did not get in 2022. But we received some feedback from DES where they were looking for a little more local capacity. And so in between that time and when we submitted again in 2023, the Sunrise Lake Watershed Association had been formed. They increased the number of testing that was done. And we were able to show that there was a draft septic ordinance that the group was looking at, along with several outreach events that had been done. So we went from in 2022 to not being funded to in 2023, the #1 project in the state for that particular funding source, which is a testament to the town and the sort of built, like hearing what DES said and following up with that. Additionally to this funding source, we also applied for $30,000 this summer to do a stormwater management plan for the town, which we were added to the project priority list for that too. So to John's point about DES and future grants, I think that they have recognized that the town is ready. They don't want to give funds to communities just because they apply, right? They've got to be ready.
Right.
And I think that over the last 2 to 3 years, the town has done a really good job with demonstrating that they are ready for implementation. So I foresee us continuing this cycle of applying for different grants as many times as we can to continue the implementation process. I just thought that it's good for the board to know that it was a huge swing in 2022 to 2023 from not funded to the #1 project in the state.
Well, I think it makes a difference, right, when you have the involvement, because if you're just gonna give funds and then nothing really progresses with it, because you have nobody doing anything, you know, it's like, we run into this a lot, John, you know it, is everybody's like, oh, this is wrong, well, okay, we need, people need to step up and help out, which is the same with boards and committees and whatever. And so sometimes it's getting the word out there and letting people know that, just a little bit of your time goes a long ways, which I think this is what has kind of transpired here. And I agree, John, thanks to Stratford Regional Planning for helping with us, because we're just a little town and, we have a small board, we have small boards, and getting volunteers, getting people to help, it's tough. And so we welcome anything when that happens. And so in kind of you being the go-between for us has been very tremendous and very helpful for us, because we obviously couldn't do it all on our own, so.
And just the knowledge you have to have on all of this.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, I think it's a great project. I think it's beneficial for the town. I think it's beneficial for the lake. Anything that you can do to improve the health of the lake improves everybody around the lake and improves assessments, which ultimately improves for the town.
so with that, I'll go ahead and make the motion to accept the conditional use permit for this project for the map 4, lot 107, the wetlands conservation I don't know which one, the replacing of the existing culvert. I don't know what we're calling the project.
I'll take the title from
The stormwater control measure.
Thank you. Thank you. What's it start on?
Does anybody want to
I'll
second?
second that.
Okay. All in favor? Oh, wait.
It's supposed to be this.
Oh, anything,
No.
okay.
I-
Anybody- Anything else, or are we all good? Okay,
No, we can
I think everybody said they're, all right,
I think it's exciting.
I am,
Yeah.
I'm excited, it's been,
And the abutters are happy, they
oh,
got their questions answered?
Yes.
Well, this is the time to ask to make comments or questions.
And the idea of the turbo propulsion behind this from 2021 until now. Yeah, now is when it gets exciting. As soon as, shovel stuff in the dirt, that'll be really.
Yeah.
oh,
Thank you, everybody, for your
Yeah,
efforts. Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Thanks
Glad
for
to welcome
coming.
to
Thanks for
stable
coming.
meetings.
Yeah.
We got a lot more fun stuff.
Well, you guys only invited me for this part,
Oh, well,
Open invitation.
The
Yeah,
certified
we're
letter
not-
is always great.
Yeah.
The wife gets it first and asks, what'd you do now, John?
right, yeah.
Well, fair.
See ya, have a good night.
You have that, you have that.
oh, so that's all taken over.
This is something about the beach, you guys have been working that too, right?
Well, that work that is all gonna be done will address the problem, hopefully address all the problems that the beach is having,
Each other.
so, yeah.
It's good that they tie in each other.
Yeah, and then all of the rain gardens and everything else, so hopefully, will be wonderful overall.
So I won't have to
You
have,
can only just do something with the culvert by me, so that does look fun.
or the neighborhood kids have to go in the water and dig the beach back up.
You know, it's
Well, you
child
gotta do what you gotta do. You know.
All right,
The drain that goes under the street by me, that doesn't go anywhere. That's why
Yeah.
when it rains heavy, my yard floods.
Well, I think it's a part of this whole, what John is working on. We gotta start, and then you can kind
Yeah,
of,
but it's because that the property across is big.
no, well, we'll have to figure it.
That's the town's property, right?
No, it's not.
What? I thought it was.
The property across from the beach.
No, the one across from me, where the other culvert is that has the pipe going.
I don't know. I'd have to look up the map and lot number, and if you look up the map and lot number, it will tell you who the owner is.
Thought it was the town.
I don't know.
That's the one that says no trespassing.
Yeah, that one was taken by the,
That's the one that's taken over by the town.
Oh, well, then you'll have to go down and talk to our road agent. So for new business, NHMA Land Use Conference 20.
oh, yeah.
We
that's-
gotta wait for John for that. We were gonna talk about if he or I or both of us
Oh.
are gonna go.
Okay.
You both can go.
So it's October 4th.
Is that a?
It's a Saturday. And I was like, I got excited about it, and then I realized that I don't have anybody to watch a child. And,
All right, well, we can go to the next one, so
Uh-huh.
we'll circle back to that when
well, I mean,
John
you
gets
can-
back in. I
so,
mean, or, I was gonna say, is the question whether both of you are allowed to go or only one of you?
so John wants to go, or John had offered up to go and kind of go in there, get the information and be kind of like a consultant for us. I have absolutely no problem with, if I'm the one that has to sign off for for the planning board budget to let him go.
I have no problem with both of them going.
I don't either.
Actually, I talked to Jim Keegan today, and there's money in the CPA budget,
Well-
and this is actually a planning and zoning.
So yeah, so we could take yours out of ZBA and take John's out of,
Planning, yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we go ahead and allow John and, well, we'll pay for John to go go to this New Hampshire NHMA Land Use Conference and pay for it out of the planning board.
Okay.
And Robin, you're all set with Jim because you've talked it, so.
Thank you.
So that's my motion, I need somebody to second.
I will second it.
is the problem there's not enough money?
No, I think it was more of just getting the permission to make sure it's,
Because I'd be interested in going.
Oh.
so
okay, then.
I'll be honest, we have not, where's my budget?
Then I will amend, I will take my motion back and I will say that I have, that we
So,
go ahead and
I
take both
haven't-
Robin and Kate, John and Kate out of the planning board budget, workshops line to go to this NHMA Land Use Conference on 10/4.
And I will second that. I don't see, we don't, I had the budget printed somewhere, and I think I forgot it at home. But we haven't, there's more than enough money in our budget. We haven't spent anything yet.
I mean, that you spend.
So,
I'd
yeah.
like to go to this, yes.
So yeah, so
Yes.
I made the motion.
Yeah, I'll second
Is
it.
that your usual procedure? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think it's just I think it's just a matter, I don't necessarily think we have to, I don't think we have to make the motion, but at least we can say we did, we knew about it, and yes, and we all agree that the more people who go, the more information.
It's a good
Yeah.
practice.
So that way you can
I
say,
went
well,
last year.
Yeah.
This particular conference is very good.
Yeah, and I mean, I would have jumped all over if it wasn't for the fact that John's working the night before. But,
Well, will it be made available online, do you think, eventually?
It may be.
Oh, will it be recorded?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 hours, it's a lot to watch.
yeah, well, I mean, you can kind of watch it
Well, it's just helpful
With some
sometimes
text
when
one.
you can skip ahead.
and a blanket for now.
Yeah.
Or rewind.
So that's it.
You know, my intention
Did we vote? I don't think we voted.
I seconded you.
Yeah,
favored it,
so now
All in favor?
aye.
Okay.
And then,
So what action do I have to take?
to register online.
So John, I think registered online, but he said bill me later.
Yeah, his copy is in your packet.
Okay.
Is that what that was? I saw it,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I haven't
So-
registered
So
yet.
Kate, you can register online and you can get the card from Kim to pay for the stuff that come for the town, so you don't have to pay for it out of your pocket and we reimburse you or whatever.
So that's what I was gonna ask for John, because he said, should I? And I said, well, wait a minute, let's see if we can just have, like, Robin or Kate register for you or pay
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
So actually, all three of you could sign up at the same time and pay for it out of the card. And then when Kim gets, when we print out the invoice, we'll split 2 to planning board, 1 to ZBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
But John already registered, didn't he?
He registered and he said he clicked bill me later.
So Kate, I can register you and I.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And then if you can
I'll
just,
see if I'll let you know if I need any.
We gonna carpool?
I was gonna say, if
John gonna drive?
No, he said,
John
John
wants
comes
me
in,
to
he says he
drive.
gets a bill, have
Okay.
him bring it up to the office and we'll pay. it.
okay, yeah.
Actually, this is what we'll do. If John gets a bill, have him bring it in and give it to you, so then we'll take care of it, because I know if we give it to Kim, she won't know, she won't know what's going on.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
All right. The tax map updates?
There's copies of the changes in there, if you can read it. I think I did send it online. Kate gave me a couple of changes, David Dufresne is happy.
So can I ask here, Robin, it says like this tax map, but, well, it says the first one, I'm gonna go with that. It's 1212, I'm gonna start with the first, and it says 5.3, no change subdivision already processed. Does that mean that we didn't have to do an update to the
No, that
tax?
means I submitted it last year, and then I submitted it again just to make sure, I guess, so.
All right, so the things that say no change, we really
They were
don't need.
already done.
They were already done, okay, that's one thing. I wasn't quite understanding what that was,
Yeah.
so. All right, so these were 2024 updates already completed. All right, so now if I went to look at, say, map 16 lot 9,
Is that Cinderella or single?
I don't know, map lot
That's
16.
Cinderella subdivision.
9 right here, yep. So that's basically so now we can see that it's been cut off, right? And it's,
Right.
okay,
So I sent them the plans.
Yes.
It's approved
Okay.
subdivision plans,
Alright.
and they will take it from there, but sometimes people have questions about, like,
Okay.
I don't know, Kate wanted some dotted lines removed because they were confusing about a previous merger, or
Oh, yeah,
I just want
okay,
to make sure I
yeah.
don't know of anything that I missed.
okay, nope, I'm good. I'm good with these. I just wasn't quite sure what like I said, the no change, because it's already processed, and I'm like, I don't know if that really needs it.
I think I asked you, but I don't know if you responded, I'm sorry. But why do they tend to leave those on, the dotted lines? Do you-
Some towns want that, and they leave it in to show the previous, what it was before in case it's needed. He said, I asked him that, and he said, in case it needs to be unmerged, but I'm sure it's not going to be unmerged, so. And if it does, we have plans.
You have records, right? I was just curious. It
But
just,
I
I like it cleaner and clearer, and it's just easier to me.
So we did take them off, didn't we?
You did, thank you.
Okay.
Um,
On to the next?
Yep.
Okay, the proposed budget, like I said, I forgot a copy of the budget. We really haven't spent anything, I don't believe, as of now.
Right, so basically what this is they're looking, the budget committee is looking
Looking
for
for-
a proposed one.
Yeah,
so-
I'm kind of thinking of just keeping it the same. I don't know what everybody else is
I
thoughts.
know that, who pays Stratford Regional dues? Does that come out of the town, or does that come out of, because I know they
I need-
increased their.
I need to look and, so what I would say is look at it, and if Stratford Regional is in the budget line for planning board, I was just looking at the budget committee stuff today. If it's in there, then I would check the circle maybe with Kate, because do you know how much it's going up, Kate?
I have that figure, and I don't have it.
That's right, so if you get the figure to Christine somehow,
Because the legislature decreased all the regional planning's budgets, so we're being
Being
increased by, it may be even more than 2% or
Right.
around, so bear that
but I
in
mean,
mind.
so then you might need to take it out of, like, I know we have a legal line, I think, so you might maybe have to drop it and drop that a little bit too. But you have 2% over the overall budget on
Yeah.
your lines, right? At least we would like you,
Yeah.
So you could say, you could take 2% of your, the legal and put it up there, whatever. But if Kate, if you could get that number to Christine, so then you can propose it and bring it to John, maybe, so if you bring it Monday, you're fine. Whereas I know it says due tomorrow.
Well,
so-
she hasn't gotten, I talked to Sierra, she hasn't
Right,
gotten
yeah,
anything
okay.
from anybody.
No, that's not,
Yeah.
well, she hasn't gotten anything from us.
No,
But-
she gave us till next week.
Well, it says on here 9/12 here.
Oh.
Well, I can tell you,
She
we
wanted
as
it
selectmen
next
haven't
meeting.
even discussed any of the governmental ones.
So we had the discussion with the budget committee. The budget committee had the discussion about getting a jump on things early. And I think the thought was is if we reached out to all the department heads sooner, it kind of gets the ball rolling versus, wait until October to send out the request and then, November,
From my
December.
point of view, it's tough because so many of our invoices come in
Yeah,
in the fall.
Yeah.
Most of the training is in the fall.
yeah.
So, I mean, that's
And
just
then-
my point of view.
But I think the idea is to get it in everybody's head that, hey, we're getting to that time, let's start thinking and being proactive. I mean, especially where we have the 2% budget cap, and I think with our trash
Yeah,
contract and everything else, I think things are gonna be really tight. Fortunately, with all of the changes that we're being forced to make with the state for our ordinances, there is grant money that Blair has that we're gonna work with, so a lot of that will be helped out and taken care of, so we won't have to pay for like that section. So it's gonna offset it, but then looking forward to like future, it's, if something's gonna cost, if he says like, oh, if you wanna do an ordinance for, whatever, erosion mitigation, and it's gonna cost, $20,000, I'm just using crazy numbers.
That's fine.
But we could go ahead and say like, obviously we don't have the money in the budget, our cap isn't gonna allow us, maybe we need to do a warrant article. So it's like, if we can kind of start thinking about it now versus like the 11th hour and doing hearings at, the 11th hour.
well, I also think, I think part of it is some of the frustration, I guess, Kate, right, is the state are making these laws that basically are in my opinion, overstepping a town's authority, right? So we can have these, these ordinances, but now the state has made these, so basically, they're making things more accessible. I don't want to say, they're making things easier.
They're making things easier for builders and people, but for towns and everything
Well,
else.
the towns can rule themselves and make their own decisions about how they want their
Right.
own town to be.
Right.
They are overstepping the
Yes.
bounds as a state.
Right,
Yeah.
and the issue that I have with that kind of, or what my concern is how do you, how's that gonna get regulated? Because, you know, as it is, we know what our laws are. Now, if you take these limitations off, now it becomes like a free-for-all, and it's like, well, so are the state gonna step in and say, okay, are you gonna oversee some of this stuff for us? Because,
Precisely, that's a good
you
point.
know,
Well, the other thing too is with all of these changes that are going on for like ADU and all of that, we have to update our ordinance, but we also have to update we'll have to go through the whole process like we always do, and it'll still have to go to town vote, and it still has to, like, we'll have to go through with legal and do all of that stuff, so,
well, no, I wanted to ask you about that, because
Yeah.
if the state is saying this is the law,
uh,
the town doesn't get to vote on it.
well,
According to Stratford Regional Planning.
Stratford Regional Planning, Kyle, or Blair and I had,
Kyle was saying
Because,
the same.
because,
The
so then if it gets voted down,
so if it gets voted down, this is the crazy thing, if it gets voted down,
it's still
our
passed.
ordinances reflect whatever we had, and the people can still come in and technically do it, and then it just becomes a big mess. So it's really frustrating because we're being forced to make changes that the people in this town voted for, or, you know, just they want for ordinance, and now the state's overstepping, we have to now pay to have all of this work done to go against what the people of the town have said,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
and it is frustrating. So I met with him last week via Zoom, and it was a lot of information, and I thought I wanted to cry by the end of it. But we're gonna, basically right now, we're focusing on all of the things that are covered under that grant, because they only have until, he has to submit everything by the 15th of this month.
Oh,
So, we put in anything else that we had on the back burner and honed in more on the stuff that's gonna get covered for, not for free, because it is taxpayer money of some sort, but through grant dollars.
right, but what is it that they're handling for us in this grant?
So helping us with the writing of
Oh.
the updates.
Because of the law that passed it, okay.
Yeah,
it has
so
to be-
all of
okay.
the laws that have passed pertaining to land use and ordinances,
Okay.
that will be covered under the grant.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a matter of like going through all of that, update, like helping us update all of that stuff, so it gets covered under the grant dollar, so it won't come out of our budget. But he's got to focus in on that right now to meet all of his deadlines, so it gets covered.
Okay, so I do have this email, so if we're gonna stay on this subject and kind of go off script here, is I have this email from Jen from Stratford Regional Planning, and, you know, they were nice enough that they put an email together, and she provided New Hampshire like toolkit, you know, planning, zoning, and housing bills, you know, that passed. So, and, you know, obviously the biggest one I think I was kind of looking at was the ADU one. And I think our ADU is basically similar to what's the state, I mean, I don't think we're out of compliance with it.
The ADU, so it's not too bad, so the difference is like, they don't have to come to us anymore. All they do is they go and they pull the building permits with code enforcement. So they no longer have to come to us for like special exception or whichever. The setbacks for the existing structure, that does not come into play.
Yep.
So you can't deny somebody if it's like 20 feet from the road instead of 50 feet from the road. And then there was like one or two.
Yeah, right, but I mean, I think overall, I'm thinking we probably align with it more closely than other towns do for the ADU.
Yeah.
So I didn't think we were gonna be too bad with
How
that.
many, this is the ADU?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
Not the work.
And I do believe
No,
for
no, there was
ADU,
nothing on there for that, Kate.
and I do believe for the ADU, I think, is it two that, like, I don't think you can restrict, like, one versus two.
It says, right here, it says expands, expands the existing ADU to allow one attached or detached ADU as a matter of right in all zoning where it doesn't say you can't limit to one or to two or what, I mean, you can only limit to one. It says allows one attached or detached, but we allow two.
Yeah,
So actually, we are more
we're more,
progressive than the state. Go figure.
okay, see, so, I was right, Janet.
Yes, for the record.
So we had this discussion,
She will.
she's Fred screaming right now. And then the square footage, I was off by 50 square feet, which I think that's pretty impressive from my memory. So it can't be, allows up to 950 square feet. And so we can say, we can't go over the 950, but we can say like up to 800 if we wanted to.
Well, it says it allows ADUs to be up to 950 square feet, but a municipality can't limit to less than 750 square feet.
Yeah.
That's what that says. But it says right here, municipalities cannot impose stricter setback requirements, aesthetic standards, or design review requirements for the ADU that go beyond what would be required for a single-family dwelling without an ADU, which I don't think we do that anyway, but maybe. Municipality can't impose greater requirements for a septic system that is required by the Department of Environmental Services. Municipalities can't require more than one parking space per ADU, and a municipality can't deny the establishment of a separate electrical panel and service to the ADU. I mean, again, it says, the applicants must be required to pull a building permit, make adequate provisions for water supply and sewage disposal in accordance to these RSAs, and have an approved septic design by DSS. Yes. So I think, from what we have and what's in here, it's not
yeah.
much of a change at all.
No, it really isn't, and I have looked at it and went back and forth, and that one actually isn't really.
Right, so I was thinking probably of all the changes, that one was probably going to hit towns the hardest, that one, but I don't think it's gonna hit us the hardest because I think
No.
what's there is kind of like what we have, it's pretty close to it.
He sent me this, like, really rough draft. You didn't see it before you left, okay. I only pulled out one, it's kind of like what we went through. Let's see, I haven't even read it.
Does it have the Mark changed updates on it, so you know what he changed on it, just,
I think he bolded,
oh, okay.
error, review page 4, okay. So, bill description, and then. Okay, so that's for the appeals, ADU. So yeah, so for the maximum housing for older persons, he went through areas where he found, so it was like the parking.
Oh, yeah.
So
yes.
he went through and found those things. And then as we were talking about the housing for older persons, there's really not a definition for like age. So he was just like, well, what do you guys consider an older person? And I was like, well, I know I could be an older person. I mean, it's gonna get me a.
Well,
Can you say that?
Well, yeah.
well, so that's probably a good question.
There was a lot of questions that he asked me that I was like, yeah.
Can we use senior or seasoned citizens?
But at what age? Is it 55 plus,
I said
65?
seasoned.
Yeah, I know you said seasoned, he didn't say senior, he said seasoned.
You have to be any age, or you could, you have to earn it.
So here, another change with the laws that's, an important one that we'll probably have to like discuss, and we'll have to reach out with legal and ask them. So, in areas that are a mixed use for zoning, so like commercial, residential,
Yeah.
the multifamily, a building containing 3 to 4 dwelling units, that may be located one over the other side by side, including condos. So you can't, in a mixed use area, we have to allow multi-family units. So for certain districts in our area, we have that it's commercial and then two-family, single-family or two-family. We'll have to change that and allow multi. But the question that we're gonna have for legal is, can we allow, so a multifamily, so can we say a multifamily of no more than 3 units per building, and then limit how many buildings per lot? Because if it's open to the state, I mean, theoretically, they could have, I don't know how many they can have, I don't know what the max amount of units per building is, but, so we have to talk about, do we can we restrict how many units per building, and then can we restrict how many buildings per lot? To kind of growth manage.
To have some type of management.
Yeah, because, it could clearly, especially with all of the building that Rochester's projected with all the plans, they've got like 1,000, there's gonna be like 1,000 new units with the 3 or 4 projects that they've got
It's crazy.
advertised.
Yeah. So I can just ask this, Christine, so you're working with Blair on that, or you've gotten this, so I would suggest is scan that and send it to us?
Yep,
Email
I
it
can
to us
actually
again?
just forward it.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's in my planning board email, but he literally sent it to me before I ran out the door.
No, so forward that to us, so then we can peruse it and we can look at it for the next week, because, John is nice and makes us aware of this in the past, is, you have to get dates set up for public hearings and
Yes.
that type of stuff, and I don't want us to be behind the ball on that. So you should probably print out, you can go out on NHMA and they have usually a PDF of I haven't done it yet, is all the dates of things and what needs to be.
I've got that right here.
Oh,
It's
did you
in
print
your
it?
packet too, but I printed it out as
I
well.
didn't get that far yet.
I printed it out because I was thinking of that the other day for this and then the budget committee.
Yes, I love it.
You guys mentioned it at the last meeting, so I figured.
Yeah, so when,
It's part of my packet?
It might be.
I was thinking with all the different committees I'm on, I need to,
Oh, did it say, is there a calendar on here? Oh, yeah, March, okay, so, okay.
John, do you have anything to add to that? Saw you,
Do I have what?
did you have anything to add about, I saw you hand for the,
No. 'cause I'm
Oh,
not
you
sure
have it
what
printed out this
my
way.
question is, and I'm probably not answering the right question. On the RSAs, on allowing more building on commercial residential, doesn't the law say you may now allow? May is a big word. I
Yeah.
thought I saw that.
Oh, so maybe you have to,
But I could be wrong on that. The municipal association has a good list of those bills.
yes,
So
and
does regional planning, but I just tried to go in there and it's real difficult. Which RSA was that?
that was, let's see, dwelling, single family, no, that's not it. Multi-family, oh,
so I'm gonna say, this traditional meeting right here, I don't see anything in here that regards
Is it the wrong calendar?
or, it doesn't say anything about ordinances. Christine's probably got the one that I'm talking about, this one right here, Robin.
Oh, okay.
So, no, this one actually is helpful for budgeting,
I was gonna
but
say, did I
Where'd
print
you
up the
get
correct
that?
one?
this comes right off of NHMA. Yeah.
I think it was like right off like the,
And you have to look because there's a traditional versus SB2 and,
Yeah, yeah.
That comes from an HMA, the one
Yeah.
you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that in?
And this one comes from this one came from DRA,
Right,
so,
so we don't have the NHMA.
right.
That's fine.
Correct.
Thank you.
I need to print it off.
One
I just,
question for Christine, when we were discussing the ADU
uh-huh.
at the last meeting, you had raised the question, why is it that the law used to be that if you had the more restrictive ordinance in the town, that was what was in compliance?
Yeah.
Now, the state has come up and changed those rules. Did you get to ask Claire why why all of a sudden we have to go with the state's rules on these laws rather than the home rule or this? I know we don't have home
So
rule in state,
the land use laws that the state has pushed through, and I'll say pushed through because that's exactly what they did. What they put through is they're trying to make it so that there's more housing for people, more affordable housing. So that's why they're twisting the hands of towns.
But I don't understand how that changed the law in that it was always the more restrictive laws that were.
The towns could be stricter than the state
Right.
could be. Yeah, so now the state is saying no.
No, just like that.
Yeah. Just like that. People's rights. Wilton, Concord.
That's a good question, but.
Yeah, it is. They're pretty overwhelmed themselves. He was telling me, he responded back because he had planned to have everything done up for this morning. And I ended up having to email him this afternoon.
Are we having a meeting with him?
So, yeah, that was another discussion that we had. He said, well, last year with John, they had met a few times and then kind of zoned in and narrowed things down, and then he came in. I don't think I can't narrow any more down without everybody else's input. So I had asked him to come in for October. I think he said, I don't know if October is going to be okay for him just with everything else that's going on. So-
If fast answer is you have not set a date for us to meet with them.
Yeah, so he said he wanted me to come back to everybody and show everybody this stuff, although it was kind of a very rough draft of it all, and go through it. And then, I don't know what he wanted to narrow things down, but ultimately a call comes down to the grant and these state laws. And so I finally said to him, we have to change what the state is forcing us to change. So it makes sense to focus in on that, update those things, especially with his grant dollars, get that done, and then whatever else we have time for, push in. For the family compound, for the fine tuning of that, I think he said basically the affidavit. I don't think we really can do it, and ultimately it comes down to, you can have people sign everything, but how are you going to enforce it? And I think at the end of the day, the best thing to do is to put it back up on the docket to get rid of that ordinance and be done with it and educate people.
right, well, because I think I was reading something, because basically the ADU is, because it says, there was something in here, it says,
Is the ADU right for you? So,
yes, is the ADU, yeah, right for you. And I'm not sure if I read it out of here, but it was basically stating in there, like basically anybody living in the ADU does not have to be related to you, doesn't mean,
Yeah.
it's not, whereas the family
It's a much
compound.
better deal, it's a much easier.
Right,
I think,
yes.
It's not a bad deal for the town.
No, and that's what we were trying, and I think that's, in last year, I think that's what our message, we were trying to have for a message to say is, the ADU, basically the ADU is a better avenue than the family compound, because the family compound has these restrictions. But again, yes, how do you enforce them? However, I guess in the end, you could still say, these are the law, these are the
Yeah.
refinements and you're not meeting them.
Revisit it, see what happens. If they deny it again, then we move on and see.
I honestly think that now that we have addressed the whole lack of information and education going out to the people, Robin has access to the website, so she's able to directly post things. And then, we write it all up, and then we have it posted on the town Facebook page and the town website and everything else. And then it gets out there, and then we encourage people to show up to the hearings, which I won't hold my breath on, but it could happen. And then just show them, you're
Well-
restricted with this, you're not restricted with that. I mean, you have up to
But I also-
950 square feet for an ADU, unless we lower it. But I mean, 950 square feet is like kind of the size of a condo.
But I also would suggest, and this is to come to the BOS meeting, the meeting before you go to vote on it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because that's where.
That's
like,
where everybody
oh,
shows up.
Well, that's, like, oh, what's this going on, and whatever, and it's like, oh, well, now you've asked when we've had public hearings and stuff like that, but,
Yeah.
yeah, so we will be better about trying to be getting that, disseminating that information.
Someone to present to the selectmen saying, please enter these in the minutes, then thus more exposure.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
we'll put it on the website, and we'll do our best.
yeah.
I-
Okay.
Now I'm gonna be mad, I'm gonna have to look for that and see if I can find it.
Yeah, so I kind of think that just trying
Not going door to door.
the fence one, after reviewing it with Blair, we can't make it any clearer than what it is. So I think, once again, we put it up to vote and we work on the educating everybody of, we're actually going up in inches, not down, so
And it's only in the lake.
it is only in the lake, it's only in the Lake District, and you're actually gaining, what was it, like 4 or 6 inches? So you can actually get a fence and not have to cut off 6 inches, or get a custom fence.
You're going to 48?
48 inches. That was what we decided last year, and it got shut down. I don't understand, but,
Because I think people thought it was townwide.
but it specifically says like Lake Village
They
too.
don't read that.
They don't read it, no.
Right. Now I'm gonna have.
Well, and then I'm wondering too, if people didn't realize that it's going up.
Well, again,
Versus-
it's a matter of informing.
Yeah.
We first have to inform,
Yeah,
change their knowledge base, then we try to change attitudes and maybe behavior. Start with information.
Good luck with that. I'm just saying,
That's the goal.
I don't know, I get it.
If they inform us that they're not interested, we'll pursue other things.
or we can just sign them up for the planning board.
But
So let's get back to your
Let's go back to,
So you have this
Again, no.
updated driveway application.
yes.
Did that not get voted on at the last meeting?
Yeah, I put that on there because I want somebody to look at that before we have it posted on NCR. Kim asked me she gave me the form in the company to order more forms.
Oh, okay.
But-
Yeah, because I think it's like triplicate, it's,
Yeah,
Have you run it by Dan?
no, that's a good idea. So I've got what is in the driveway regulations and the online, and the actual driveway regulations, that's the form that's in there now. So I just want to make sure that this is okay, like I said before. But yeah, maybe I'll have to
This is the new.
can get added numbers. But yeah, I mean, before we commit to spending the money.
Oh, so right, so
I'm
we
not
will-
missing anything.
so we're gonna have the permit number on here, and then,
Take off the page, I'm on the bottom.
yep, take off the page,
The revision dates are on there,
yep.
and it says $100, so.
And it says, yeah, and it says 100? Yep, $100, okay, yeah. I think this looks fine. I wasn't, because unfortunately, I wasn't here at the last meeting.
Yeah, no, it got approved.
So it got
Yeah,
approved, so now you just want to make sure your format looks good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
just to make sure.
Yeah, I think
That's a good
so.
idea, I'll have Dan look at it before we
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah, I think it looks fine, but yeah, just have him take a look-see, and I think that would work for you.
You want to go back to the conference, so John?
Oh,
Yeah. Make
So-
decisions for you while you weren't here.
so we made decisions that you can go,
It will pay.
and we're paying.
If you want me to go,
You and Kate. and Robin.
And Robert.
Or to the land thing together?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go together if you don't want to ride together. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to make you.
Because we're gonna stop for dinner.
Oh, well, then that's by all means,
Sounds
yes.
good to me.
See?
Get that designated
Well,
driver.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah, so,
Thank you for going
yeah,
because
no, it's certainly helpful.
it's a
It
win.
helps us.
Well, there will be some things in there that will impact the watershed.
Yeah, so, no, that's good. No, so yes, so the planning board is
You're
gonna,
going to, huh?
the planning board is paying for you and Kate and ZBA. Robin has spoken to the ZBA and ZBA said they would pay for her to go, so, yeah. Yep. The next, what's the next one? Order planning land use regulation handbooks. Is that this thing right here?
Yeah, it's that time again. We just got them.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like I just got this.
I thought so too. I have to check the date.
We
but-
got it like, what was
Getting
it, March?
Thinner and thinner
Yeah.
and thinner.
So you're just letting us know, Robin, you're gonna order those?
Well, yeah, I went on, I ordered.
Do we have to pay for those?
You know where you get them?
Yes, but well, this is a question for you. I went on and ordered one for me because I got an email. And then I noticed that the town had ordered 12 last year. So I can order 12?
Yeah.
Just do that?
Stratford Regional Planning, and then Kate will pick them up and deliver them.
Okay, okay.
That's nice.
ZBA needs them, we need them, the select board needs them.
In there's a list of how many each town
Code enforcement.
ordered. We had 12 last
He
year.
should.
I mean,
He should.
I just wondered because.
No, I don't know. I
So
don't know
I'll
what
order
the boards
12,
have, but-
and I'll let you
The
know
highway department,
Yeah.
when we get them.
Probably better that you have more than
But it's this one, right?
less because everybody really loves reading those.
It says. Oh, it says, if for dues paying communities, the cost of the handbook is covered by the commission. So we don't have to pay. Otherwise, they're $9.60.
Then you do,
Right, no, but I was gonna say, otherwise it's $9.60. So now here is your, the timeline. So I will point out, so on that traditional meeting, so it says here, November 10th is the first day to accept petitions to amend zoning ordinances, historic district ordinance and buildings. So we're good, so that's the first day you have to accept, whatever. And then December 10th is the last day to accept petitions to amend zoning ordinances, so by December 10th, we have to have our stuff done in saying this is all we're gonna submit. Then,
That's everybody for warrant articles?
no, that's zoning stuff.
Okay,
We've got our planning hat on right now, Robin.
okay.
So, then it says Sunday, well, no, because
I'm thinking it's
too many.
you're
Yeah.
talking, yeah. So Sunday is Sunday, January 4th, which is kind of a weird day to have this on, right? Is the last day to post and publish notice for a first hearing on a proposed adoption or amendment. So
so you gotta have.
you have to have a posting before January 4th.
10 days prior, right?
Right. Well, that's the last day to post is January
Oh,
4th.
last day of post.
And then, no, that's a special prior training meeting, hold public hearing on bond, see polling hours, checklist correction. And then it says, January 15th is the last day to hold a first public hearing on, so,
We need to get crap alive.
no, but I'm just saying, so you want to come up with our dates, and then you kind of want to, back into those. So I'll kind of highlight, I'll star the ones that are like zoning, Christine.
I need to get several color highlighters and
Here, this one.
each board has their different.
Yes, you will, because,
'Cause you got-
so, okay, so let's, because what Robin is talking about, I think, wait a minute. It's a checklist, and then it says, January is the last day to publish notice of a final planning board hearing on proposed adoption, so this is the date is, January 22nd is the date, is the drop dead date, it's the last day to post, so you've got to have
Have
your posting
everything.
before that.
Yeah.
Then, so then January 30th, it says, last day to filing, first day for candidates, January 21st for like select people to sign up at the town clerk's office.
Mark
Wait a
that down,
minute,
John.
where is my,
Was that?
What day was it, last day to sign up for selectmen and ballots?
January 30th.
January 30th, the last day to sign up to be, there's a few selectmen spots open.
So right
up.
here it says,
You could be a hog-
February 2nd is the last day, February 2nd is the last day for the planning board to hold a final public hearing on adoption.
I have to move out.
Yeah, that's about what it's getting to be like in my
I
house.
think you get paid $1,000 a year.
No, it's increasing.
I don't want that.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it is more than that, but I don't know how much it is because I don't take it.
You don't take it. You give it to the-
We'll just take that.
So
that line.
petition, February 3rd is the last day for 25 or more voters or 2% of the total, which is less in, for a petition warrant article to the select board. So that's February. Annual budget. So it says last day for giving notice, February 13th is a public hearing on the annual budget. So that's what the budget committee. I want you to find out for me, I'll ask me after the meeting because it doesn't have to do with this.
Okay.
So I think that's, so
I
Christine, your
sent
date,
you the link for the
your date
calendar.
is September, your date is February, our date is February 3rd is the last day for an official copy of the final proposed adopted amended zoning ordinance. So that's what we have to give to them.
Star them all for me.
I did for the zoning,
Okay, good.
so we'll back into those.
I don't have to worry about the other ones because I don't share anything
Right,
else.
no, that's probably just as well,
That is just as well.
you know, for your own sanity.
Uh-huh.
All right, sorry, as I took over there. So we kind of talked about your zoning ordinance updates and revisions.
Yeah, I think at this point, having Blair come in and then all of us just work together and bang out what we need.
So can I ask this question? I know that this, our top one when, from a few meetings ago, our top, before all of this stuff got passed into law, and so these, which are updating ordinances or whatever, I know we had a list of what things we wanted to kind of go over and discuss or kind of put together. And I know the top one was, I don't know if I'm going to say it right, it's a mobile.
Janet will start screaming if she hears you, if you say it wrong, so.
What is it?
The manufactured,
Yes, manufactured mobile,
um,
manufactured home park. Are we still, I guess I would ask Blair, is there something high level we could kind of put together that would do some type of, give us something to start with that we could, because we
yeah.
have nothing.
So I think he was gonna look into that and.
Okay.
There's usually a, what do they call it, an ordinance,
Yeah, so I think it was like our first,
Boilerplate, kind of?
our first or second Zoom meeting that we had, we discussed, the manufactured housing park. It doesn't have a good ring to it. I really like Trailer Park.
Would you like vintage manufacturing?
So, well, no, this isn't an H one, it's just manufactured housing.
Right.
Well, what if you have seasoned citizens in your vintage
Right.
manufacturing?
Well, no, but yeah, so what,
I guess that's
so
your
what-
prerogative. So like just a regular manufactured housing park ordinance. We discussed it and then, he had said that he would look into it for us. Because right now how it is just,
we have to have a draft one. They have to
whatever the
have
state
like
is.
a-
The thing is,
a
is
template.
in between,
That's not the word I'm looking for, but.
yeah, so in between,
boilerplate, they've got to have some type of
yeah,
Something we can work on.
starting.
in between that discussion and now,
Yeah, well, right.
crack's gonna hit the fan for all of those people because of all of the state things. And one of the things, I guess, when he emailed me back, he's like, everybody down in his office there, everyone's confused about how to read and interpret the state's directions. So they actually ended up having to go to a meeting or whatever today. So that's why, I think because there's so many different changes in the way a lot of things are written, there's a lot of like uncertainty, like even with the multifamily, of like, we can't restrict multifamily in our mixed-use zones, but can we say, okay, you can have one multifamily building per lot and you can only have a max of this. So those are like, there's a lot of gray areas that they need to find. And a lot of these questions, we might have to go to legal and get more clarification.
Which I think will be interesting because one town might get a different response from a legal than another town. That's just,
Different attorneys.
Yeah,
right, no, but that's what I'm saying. So, right, so it's kind of like,
I don't think, if I may,
yeah,
I don't think the legislature thought these well out.
no, I don't think they did
And-
either.
And what all the different communities, 285 of them, are all different.
Yeah,
Some are less restrictive. So what do? It's like when they tried to change the rules of wave boats on the lake. So what do you do with the people that have already purchased them?
right.
You tell them you can't go on there, that would cause an uproar. So I don't think that legislation was
Well thought.
well thought out.
no. And then I think even now, like, towns aren't going to realize how much of an impact it's gonna have until it starts happening.
Right,
I mean, I think small towns like us, we're worried because all we see is huge growth. But, I mean, even like cities like Rochester, I mean, the plans that are in place now with Rochester, and that was before all these laws have passed, and now we've got these laws that have passed, and more can be built. It's,
They're forcing increase in density.
right.
yeah.
Which is, if that's not what your master plan is, so that kind, you know what I mean, it's just unfortunate.
No,
It really breaks the spirit of
there's
what,
comment, there's opinions on both sides, and they're very strong on either side.
Right.
Whether this is a good thing or not a good thing,
Right.
whether or not there is really a housing shortage or not.
Yeah,
For us, when I talk to people, we have a 5-acre minimum. Why?
yeah,
I said, that's what we want.
right, yes, that's,
And we justify it because of all the dense growth, dense housing around the lake.
yeah.
It
That's
evens
very,
it out.
that's very dense there. And if you allow ADUs on there, that's even gonna be even denser.
right,
No, we also
And then
need
that puts-
parcels.
That puts a strain on your infrastructure
right.
and everything else.
Oh, it puts a strain on the lake, doesn't it, Don?
Well, it puts a strain on the lake, it puts a strain on the health of the lake, and then
Well, that's what I'm saying, it puts a strain on the health, that's what I was getting
Again,
to.
those extra units add extra revenue.
No, extra cost.
Well, they bring in some.
Services.
Yeah, I would tend to agree that the services, the cost out, is definitely
the
outweighs
cost definitely
the rev-
outweighs the
revenue.
revenue.
You know,
I mean,
But you're right, though, it does bring some revenue, and if managed well,
it is, but if you even think about it, even if a property brings in, let's say, $6,000 a year for taxes, well, half of that's going to the school.
More than half.
More than half of it's going to the school, but we see what the cost of the school is, and you see what the cost of one pupil is, and how much was it per pupil now?
it's like 20,
Yeah, but
22,
Some of that's
22,
fixed
25.
cost, remember, some of that's fixed cost.
right.
I'm not disagreeing.
But
No, but it just, yeah, so,
Where
but
are we at on the agenda, I'm sorry?
we're at rules
Because
of,
it's,
no,
we're at rules of procedures, old business, B.
Rules of procedure, I made the changes that you guys suggested at the last meeting.
so I actually had a couple of questions.
The big print there is going to be big print, I just wanted to see whether.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah. It was either that or red, and I didn't want to use color. So I don't know, I mean, maybe it's not the time to do it now, maybe you take it back and.
Well, I was curious, to me, it's the role of the clerk,
Mm.
and are you, maybe you know, because
What?
I think
Job description?
Roxanne, were you part of the hiring team? Because are you considered to be the land use clerk, because you do both
I don't think so.
ZBA and, because that's a specific title, and I'm just kind of curious, because not because of you, but
Yeah.
because of the position.
Yeah.
We had a problem back in the day, I told you, with the planning board clerk, it wasn't working out, and we had but she only worked, she was not salaried, and there's a name for a position like that, so we.
Was she stipend?
She was only like up per hour.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that average, right?
Per diem?
Per diem, yes.
Oh, yeah,
Per diem
yeah.
worker.
Right.
Is that Pam?
No, this is years ago.
No, I'm
So-
officially an administrative clerk, is my title.
Right, but a part of her duties is doing, she's the clerk, she handles the planning board things as the clerk and the
No, she's
CBA.
doing a great job. My main question, and I'm not being very articulate about it, is the qualifications and the duties of the clerk. Are they good? Are they what you do, and do they need to be expanded? The only thing that we used to do that you don't have in here is the clerk used to take over the meetings. You have a vice chair to do
Yeah,
that
I
now.
think that would be the role of the vice chair.
Well, it's a vice chair.
You don't want that, Robin?
No, I don't. To answer your question.
Well, it's not just you,
yes.
it's not you, it's for,
Planning
think-
board does have a rules of procedure which we voted on.
No.
And that's what,
Oh, yeah, we have those, actually.
you brought in the draft that the.
I thought we voted on them years ago.
NHMA had recommended. You had brought that to a meeting, but it was never voted on.
We've never voted on it?
No, so I took that and I incorporated what Kate said.
Oh, you know what? I think it would happen right around the time that we needed to start hitting our deadline, so I think it got backburnered maybe.
So maybe we do that again. I don't know, we have to have them at some point. You have to have a hearing.
Well, we do have some.
That's right.
Yeah, we just need to approve them.
Yeah, but that's
clearly calls for the clerk
But
to
it
take
says,
over.
it says draft on it
It
though.
says that, but the draft date was March 2nd.
Oh, and then it was.
We approved it on April 11th.
There you go. What year?
2002.
2002?
That was a year.
We still got
But
a
to
few,
answer your question,
we
Kate,
still have
Does
a
that
few
make you
years.
seasoned?
what I do.
But these are
Few years to update
the
them.
ones
That's
that
what the
John.
town clerk does now, the planning board clerk,
So,
that's right.
It was done on.
All right, so if you're good with this list of in here, then I think that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
So are you looking for us to review these and then come back to the next meeting to
Yeah.
vote on?
really should approve them the next meeting.
Yeah, no, that's,
We'll do that.
And I would like, if you can all just get a,
But there has to be a public hearing too.
no, this isn't a public hearing.
No.
No.
They have
So
to
it should be
approved at a
post-
public hearing.
these do? So you have,
I'm 99%.
so you have
I'm
to,
99% sure they don't.
Okay.
ooh,
I'll
well,
bet- I'll bet you a buck.
Well, that
oh, wait a minute, okay, so as long as you find out before you have to post for a public hearing, that's all I care about.
and if you hold a public hearing and it's not required,
Hey,
Yeah.
even above and beyond.
but if you don't hold one, it is required, then you're in business.
Right,
I'll find out for sure. And I'll send it to Kate.
thank you.
So next meeting, Robin's not gonna be here.
What?
And throw it through my window as she goes home.
Wait a minute, let's back up the bus.
Look at, she's like, woo! Yeah, so next meeting, Robin won't be here. She's gonna go on vacation.
Yeah, I'm actually going on a real vacation.
Where are you going?
My sister's coming up to visit, my other sister.
Oh, so you're not actually going? Are you going?
I'm going to a dump.
Oh, okay, well, so, I mean, it's like a stay vacation.
Oh, of course.
Okay,
Bring everything but what I need.
So-
The Titanic.
you're gonna what?
See the Titanic.
Oh,
You
at
know,
the-
like-
Wait, no.
We must have a hearing.
John?
Where's
Okay,
that?
on your part.
RSA what?
RSA 676:1.
I didn't cite that.
All right, so wait, so there's the next meeting, you'll just need someone to take the minutes.
That's what AI said.
Hey, John Quinn, Lake Village District Rep. You're an excellent note taker. I'm a
He is.
horrible note taker.
I'll be happy to help out.
Oh, you are so
You're the
good.
greatest.
You
did a
are,
great job last time.
yes.
I'd like to say I like doing minutes, but I can't say that.
No.
I don't blame you.
Rules of procedures.
I'll make sure you get that bonus.
Thank you.
What,
676:1, method of adopting rules of procedure. Every land use board shall have rules of procedure. Rules of procedure shall be adopted at a regular meeting of the board
Oh,
and shall be placed
Oh.
on file.
all right, now we're gonna have a dueling of the
Yeah,
book
we
versus
are.
the phone.
this AI then is
All
wrong.
right, don't look at Wikipedia.
AI is often wrong, but I'm
Oh,
still.
so now you owe her a buck.
But no, I'm still maintaining it's.
Maybe it's the
I'll find
we
it.
do the 50 cents and
Yeah.
call it even.
So do we need to do here or no?
Good for you.
According
I
to-
say we do a hearing and we cover it.
I'm gonna say per RSA, what is that RSA, Kate?
676:1.
What's the date, last
676
date
colon
of
1.
that are-
This is the newest one,
No, it isn't, there's a new one out, because that's when Robin is going to be ordering.
but it hasn't been printed yet, so it doesn't count, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, so what?
But if it's been approved, it has, does count.
If it hasn't been approved and printed, then
I
it's
know I read it.
So I would just say per hour, when we open the public hearing, per hour, well, we don't have, per hour say 676
Might have been,
colon 1.
yeah.
We
I
do
should know
not,
better.
we do not
Yeah.
need a public hearing for this, and we are just going to vote.
John, have you heard that AI
Yeah.
is right
Let's go.
60% of the time, it's right 100% of the time?
Okay, so rules of procedure all set on? Hold on.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're-
vote on those next, on the
In
next meeting,
October.
when you're not gonna be here.
Okay.
Let's see, review of the minutes for August 14th, 2025. Has anybody had a chance to read
No, I
them?
apologize for the wait.
I could read them, but I wasn't here, so I will vote, though, I don't have a problem, I don't need to abstain.
I don't understand that whole abstaining.
I don't need
process.
the people, you know, what I mean, you can just say based off of what's here, so that's me, because I've asked about that at prior,
Yeah, they say you don't have to.
no, you don't have to abstain. So, but I won't make the motion, because so, Kate or
Anybody?
John she's entertaining a motion to.
So moved.
So John is making the motion.
I'll second
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded that? Kate, Kate
Kate,
seconded.
Kate did.
All right.
Building
Building
I didn't
permit.
see anything on here that looked horrible, so.
I just
Oh,
wanna
but
see-
you know what, all right, so another conversation
Okay,
you
honey,
have
did it.
with, Blair, can we have, an ordinance, or how would that be, to say we're going to only limit the number of building permits per year?
So that's a growth management.
I just want to comment that you did have a growth ordinance in 2021 when you redid the master plan.
Yeah. What does that mean to me, Kate?
I don't know how many you can have.
We did not put out like a, we did?
2-year moratorium.
No, but that was like, no, but can you put into place, because I know I've read
A
it,
permanent one.
right, a permanent one where, and I have seen this in our,
What are you talking about, land management?
yes,
Growth
it's basically
management.
growth management,
Yeah.
and say,
Growth management.
and I know we've done it in the town, but it was a number of years and years ago, but I want to know, can we put forth, I don't know if it's.
So the
a-
growth management that you guys had years and years ago, was it just a temporary one?
Okay, let's take a
Okay.
step back. All right, so Kate's saying the growth management that we did,
2021.
2021, when they did the moratorium, so we could put together the master plan and all of that, blah, blah. That was not a limitation, that just basically said you couldn't build during that time period.
Yes.
So,
No, you had to go with exception.
well, right, whatever. I'm just saying, it wasn't a limit. But I have seen
I've seen
in years past, like on
Gary has one.
the
Currently
voting,
has
like
one.
we voted, the town voted to say to not let more than issue 15 building permits per year. And this was probably maybe in the 70s or 80s, or, it was a long time, because I have nothing better to do than read some through some.
I've seen the same thing.
Right, so I want to know, could we do something like that to try and help with our growth management with all of this, being all of a sudden, oh, you can do all of this stuff, and it's like, I can just see now, we get 40 building permits, and we're
So you want to add growth management to our ordinance list?
is that what?
It's a growth management, it's a growth management
I don't-
ordinance.
I
Some
know,
of
I
them-
don't want to, I don't think would it be considered an
It would be
ordinance?
it would be growth management ordinance, I believe.
Okay,
Because if
all
you
right,
look,
I'm not going to argue, but yeah, just
No.
asking.
yeah,
Well,
I
I-
just want to know, yes.
I can ask them, like, if we can limit,
Can we put, and would it fall under as an ordinance? So basically, how do you present that to say, if you wanted to say, we wanted to kind of, as a way for us to kind of control our growth, or manage our growth, control is not a probably good word to say. Manage our growth, can we limit the number of building permits per year?
Or in other ways.
Or other way, yeah, potentially other ways. So, I mean, and I know John and I have talked about this many times, and we just have never,
It is something that I've heard
I've looked,
townspeople
Yeah.
mention from
Right.
time to time.
Yeah, and I
can we
have-
limit the number, I mean?
I have looked, and there are quite a few towns in New Hampshire that have done it. And the way, like, if you look over, like, in Derry had one, theirs was like very complex where it was so many houses per year, so many like apartment complexes or like
Right.
multifamily, and then so many, like, it was, they had it all broken down. And then I'm not sure if there was a time, like however many years it was, but theirs was a very complex one. There was a couple of other towns, this was I think like a year and a half ago that I sat there and read
Yeah,
until my eyes bled. But they're very, they're not like very simple, like they're very, a lot of work. They're
Does
very
that go in the
in-depth.
zoning one?
Huh?
Does it go in the zoning?
I don't know, that's a quite good question.
I believe it was in Derry zoning ordinance. I started like Google searching and it was like Pandora's box that I opened up. I know there's one smaller town, I don't know, somewhere between here and Concord, that a part of their master plan, like whoever did their master plan did like a very great job because it broke everything down, but then it also had like their growth management in there.
I know the Barrington had a growth,
Oh,
Growth management.
they only
Yeah.
issued so many building permits.
Yeah.
so, okay, so I'm gonna just take a step back on this. So that HB 577, which it says mandating, and this goes back to the ADU, mandating that a municipality which adopts a zoning ordinance shall allow accessory dwelling units in all zoning districts that permit single-family dwellings. One accessory dwelling unit, which may be either detached or attached, shall be allowed as a matter of right, and municipalities may no longer require either conditional use permit or special exception for ADU. Additionally, a plethora of local control provisions were removed from the existing state law. Municipalities may municipalities may not adopt greater requirements for a septic system for single-family use with an accessory dwelling unit than is required by the DES. They cannot have local parking requirements for ADUs beyond what the state law allows, and they can't require a familial relationship between the occupants of an accessory dwelling unit and the occupants of a principal dwelling unit, or limit an ADU to only one bedroom. So that's where I read the whole.
Yeah.
So maybe other towns used to require an ADU, that it had to be like, kind of like what we would call our family compound. You know, it had to be a family.
Possibly, like I know in
I
Salem.
know I read it somewhere.
I know years ago in Salem, they had, ADUs it had to be a part of the house. So if you looked,
That's what it
It
was.
had to be
yeah,
attached.
if you had to, but you also, if you looked at the house, it had to look like a single family house.
Yeah.
You couldn't have the entrance, like, so when my cousin built hers, her mother-in-law had to basically come in through like their door and.
Right, yeah.
So like you would never know that there was an ADU there and like they were very particular on theirs, so that's all gone.
So where are we at?
We're at the
So.
member comments.
I had one thing, just you guys were talking about rentals being
Yeah.
appraised or assessed higher. You were asking, were houses that are short-term rentals appraised or assessed higher than a regular home?
How do you know if they're a short-term
Well, that's
rental?
just it. I talked to Avatar, they said, how do we know?
Right.
But some towns are now requiring people to register. He was talking about, it's American, requiring people to
Yeah.
register their short-term rentals, which is a whole nother
So,
deal. But
That's
no,
gonna
the answer to
clear
the
this
question that came up, no, they're not assessed.
Because they can't
They're
identify
assessed on
them.
market value.
Right.
so Blair and I kind of had like the conversation because he's like, well, what is the spirit of the, like, with the short-term rentals and ordinances, like what is the goal for it? Which is why I said to him, like, ultimately, I think it would be best to have that discussion together as a group. But my understanding from him was that, and he had said the same, I think, Ossipee, they have an ordinance for short-term rentals. But if you have a short-term rental, you're supposed to register that with the state as a business. So,
Yeah, we want to pass.
But Avatar doesn't take it into consideration right now.
I mean, that's a state issue, that's not our issue.
Well, so you can go and you can pull those people, like, I'm sure you can,
Right.
there's somewhere on the state website, good luck finding it, where you can pull in our town who
Yeah,
has.
right.
Probably.
I mean, if the state's pretty dedicated to giving their money, so. I mean,
Yeah,
you do something with the wetlands, or
That's it, not like they used to be, but the town can also, I mean, the town should be able to get some of that revenue as well.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the town does get a meals and rooms, we do get meals and room revenue, meals tax revenue.
But are they basing that off?
I don't know what that's based off, and I don't know what
We'd
the
have to find
formula
out
is.
more about
I mean,
it.
we get about 170,000 last
The
year.
short-term rental is essentially a little hotel.
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
Yes, because it's taxed that way, like when you go through like Airbnb and all those
Yeah.
things. Permits, does anybody have any questions or anything on these?
No,
Hey, is there the new build on here for Lakeshore?
well, when would it have been issued?
Well, I think,
I thought it's,
I didn't notice it last month,
it's funny you say that, because I think there's,
because it's on the market.
no, there's not one for Lake Shore. It wasn't issued in August anyways, unless it was issued beginning of September.
maybe we're still working on it.
You're looking at building permits?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there should be one for Lakeshore.
That's near Chicalini, right?
Nope, that's,
Is it St. Pierre's,
Yeah.
son,
yeah,
over there, right,
it's like in the low numbers, it's like maybe like the 40s, 50s.
Was it the month before?
Well, I didn't notice it last month. I mean, that doesn't really do much, but,
If you knew what the map and lot number was, Robin could
Oh,
look
wait,
it up,
here.
because that work the next time she's there. Oh, wait a minute, she's got a,
The map is
see, I'm finally, oh wait, no, maybe it is. Nope, never mind, it is on here. I just,
which one is it?
Actually, Rob.
30, well, there's,
well, no, I'm doing that to her because
she needs a snack thing.
31 Lake Shore.
I think it is 31 Lake Shore.
But
It is
now I'm
new
trying to
build.
think, I saw some building somewhere, and I'm going to ask, but no, I can't.
St. Pierre's the contractor.
If St. Pierre is a contractor on
That's what it says.
Yeah, kids, that's fun.
What are you saying?
Yep, okay.
Sorry, that's page 1 of 4
I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
on the.
Last month. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was on there.
July,
Boy, see, I'm probably getting myself together and getting
You are, this is good.
Whole
This is good.
punch.
You are.
Not city.
Set up for about Ben spilling
It
his
is
water.
the second from the bottom. It's 31 Lake Shore Drive.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to know.
I'm in August.
Well, I'm in July, 29.
I'm looking for one that,
Oh, yeah,
But it says 8-3.
there it is.
So I think
What?
this is July.
What?
31, is it 31 Lake Shore?
Yeah,
she's got a picture of it.
it's for sale. Yeah, it's not even, it's just framed.
418,000.
There we go.
2-bedroom, 1 bath?
It's 896 square feet.
Nice.
2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
That could be all yours for,
So we had a total of $3,870 compared to July's 20,000. So for the year to date, except for I don't have the month of February's information, we have gotten $37,000 from building permits. And this is because we're always talking about how can we reimburse the code enforcement.
yeah.
I know this goes right into the general fund.
Well, and I think it also shows that if code enforcement enforces things and makes sure that the people have the permits that they're supposed to.
Well, there was some controversy that he issued a building permit without getting paid. Is that correct? Had you heard that?
That's Janet, she'll tell you.
Well,
Yeah, that was the, well, because I think Roy can't accept, Roy wasn't able to
Oh,
accept.
it's just that transitional
Yes.
period?
yeah, it wasn't like, he wasn't giving out freebies, there was like literally nobody there to collect.
If you want to look at it, there's an open house tomorrow, 10,
I'm good.
11, 12.
At 31 Lakeshore?
Yeah.
It's built and done then?
No, it's just framed right now. I don't even think it has
If
open
you buy
doors
now, you
or-
probably can still make decisions on what goes in there.
I've looked at the septic, I don't get it.
your kitchen cabinet.
Well, see, and you can always stop it.
Good,
All right.
Lakeshore is beautiful.
Come over to the lakeside.
not happening,
So,
not happening, just saying.
so this is,
Oh, you know what that one is?
All right, so, member comments?
Anybody have
I
anything?
got a couple things.
Well,
Okay.
go ahead, Kate, start.
What is this in the minutes you gave us, custom artwork?
That's for the permit,
Oh, that's
she's gotta do the triplicates.
That's the order form Kim gave me.
Oh.
For the driveway permit.
That explains that.
You don't need that.
I emailed you guys everything that Blair did for like the, mandated zoning ordinance amendment, like,
Oh, okay, you sent that, okay.
yeah, I sent it to you guys while we were talking about it, so I wouldn't forget.
I asked you specifically about my line of reasoning on the home business.
Yes.
And what did he say? Did you run that by him?
I did. I flake out on some things, but not everything. I actually copy and pasted
This
it.
is pretty important.
It is. So he said the way our ordinances are written and the way, basically, he said, it's up to how you want to interpret it. So if we are comfortable with the interpretation and we can go ahead and have a hearing and approve or not approve,
Approve or deny.
approve or deny, we can.
You told her to go to the,
ZBA.
So, yeah, we initially, and I told him that, I said, but, you know, I said, if we told him that it should have to go to the ZBA because how we were interpreting our ordinance, we didn't feel as though any of the things qualified. But I would have to write a denial letter, and I'm like, I really don't know, really.
we don't have to because that was just a consultation. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. We need to bring her back in
Well-
for additional information.
Well, I said that we would have, so he said, no, he says, you could, he mentioned several, and I'd have to read.
I'm inclined to present it. I would like to see the neighbors have a voice,
Yes.
and that would be a hearing, right?
So he,
In-
yeah, so
What is
basically he said, you can go ahead and have a hearing, and he said, the way it is outlined, the way it's written, it can be interpreted that you guys can go ahead and approve it.
Based on a conditional use permit?
Yes.
Where, what ordinance is that? It's in home,
Is in,
home-based, no, that's a home-based contractor.
so,
Sorry, because I want to just read.
No, that's fine.
let me see, conditional use. Let's see. And he said, don't worry about the DOT, like the state, because it's a state road and the road, he said, there's already a driveway there. It shouldn't be
No,
an
but
issue on the
My
state level.
concern is parking.
Yes. So that would be something that we would discuss at,
But that's why I want to see in here, I want to see the,
She said she had 8 spots, I remember
she doesn't have any spots there. I mean, I know the property,
Yeah.
and there's not,
that.
did you have an aunt or an uncle that was there?
my cousin who did. At one time,
I
the
knew it was-
property was owned by my grandfather.
I knew it was gonna be,
Did you not see that menu?
No, but I'm just saying, that is my
I was
biggest
worried about-
concern with, because that's like right up over the knoll after you come up over the hill, and there is very limited parking, but I don't know a lot about this, but it would be interesting to know what, because I want to see what ordinance we're referring to it as.
I'm not, I don't know if it was a condition.
I
I
just
just
write
started
that down, I'm sorry.
posting,
Wasn't that part of the issue though? Couldn't figure out what ordinance applied?
Well, I thought it was under home businesses.
Right, well, this,
They allowed in the rural residential area, home
Right.
businesses.
but where is that, Kate? Home enterprises, page 55 here, okay. Maybe that's it. Keeping John up over there. Oh, yeah, home business, so it is, it's page 54, if we all have the same version, which mine says May, oh, I don't have a new one.
Would you like me to print you one?
I'll stop by at some point in time, we can talk. But it's Article 22, so it's, and we didn't change anything in this here. So it says, there are 4 categories, and so it would be a business, professional, trade that is conducted by a resident on the premises entirely within the residence or an accessory building and does not involve more than occasional business vehicular traffic to the property. Well, this would involve more than that, so can't scratch that, right? So, professional uses and customary home occupation, a business, professional trade that is conducted by a resident of the premises entirely within the residence or accessory building and involves an increase in traffic for clients, patients, that's the one this is me. Example include but not limited to doctors, dentists, lawyers, home daycare facilities, accountants, and beauticians. I take the guy that's like, that dates us right there, right? So,
Well, what is that? What article?
it's Article 22.
That's right, because if you look in rural residential,
So then, if you go here, a home-based business not meeting any one of the following shall be considered a home enterprise and subject to the appropriate levels. So, oh yeah, you have to,
yeah, accessory uses home business according to Article 36, page 90, Article 30. In the rural residential, home business are allowed according to Article 36.
right, but then there's, it says, all 3 categories listed in section A above are subject to, all right, so it says right here, all 3 categories listed in section A, which are home business, professional use, customary, and home industry. And we would say that this one would fall under 2, professional uses and customary home occupation. So it says, all 3 categories listed above are subject to the following requirements. In addition, home businesses are subject to the provisions in section C, professional, customary, home occupation, are subject to the provisions on section D, home. So it says, the activity must be operated by one or more residents of the dwelling. The activity must be incidental and secondary to the primary use of the premises. The activity must not change the character of the premises. Required parking must be accommodated off-street, except in locations in the Sunrise Lake District when possible parking areas shall be located. I want to know what, like, the requirement of parking, like, how many spaces.
So is there,
So I think I still need to keep reading on. So it says, in addition, in section C,
no customers or clients shall be seen at the residence? Wait, no, that's home office, never mind. What?
I'm on the next,
Are you on the newest one?
No, I'm not. So, but we didn't change this section, so
Well, that's
Robin
why
and I
we
just
call-
had this conversation.
Are you reading?
I have an older copy as well.
I thought that the
Mine, mine's carved in stone.
I thought that the parking was clearly
I thought the parking,
set in the business and commercial area, but in this,
but in this,
but in the rural residential area, it
It's-
really isn't.
no, yeah.
Because it's really not, it's really supposed to be like a home business, which is like, not like 5 or 6
Well,
cars
and it
at
does
a
say,
time.
it does say here, it says home industries, so I don't know if this is, home industries are permitted on rural residential district by conditional use permit from the planning board. If it's in compliance with the requirements of section B above and the following. So this is the following. I didn't read section B or whatever. But it says, the parcel on which the home industry is operated must be a minimum of 3 acres in size.
What was hers?
I don't know.
Remember? I think I have it in here. But, I mean,
The lot has to be 3 acres.
I don't know, this says home industry, I think there needs to be quite a bit read, you know what I mean, I think we need to read more, read more about this, because it basically refers you back to the first section, back to the next section, so it's kind of like,
I mean,
we need a whiteboard.
it's
with
a
a
big
map.
difference between a contractor yard or a lumber yard.
No, but this is not, this is under Article 22, home enterprises, John.
Yeah.
So that's what but I just.
home enterprises or home industries?
So. Oh, right here. The professional use and customary home occupation shall not necessitate more than 6 parking spaces for clients, patients, non-resident employees. So I would like to know, how big is a parking space? What is considered, do we have a definition of a parking space, Kate?
I thought they.
I know, I think we do somewhere, I don't know.
Or
But I'm, see, I'm not, I didn't go that way with that, because I thought it was, you're in rural residential.
Yeah,
It says Article 36. You go to Article 36, it's a home business.
wait a minute, I
You
got
go to accessory uses and then home business, and use those two different definitions.
Oh, right here.
definitions. I don't know where Article 22 home enterprises fits in, but I don't know what I'm talking about anyway, so.
Oh, so when you're saying, you're looking at the definitions, right?
Yeah,
All right.
when we go to definitions, because that's what it says in the rural
How-
residential district.
But I mean, so what are you looking at on the definitions? I'm sorry, rural?
Because it was, it's under accessory uses, and then,
Oh, right here.
and then it says home businesses, and it defines home business as a professional service. It's normally carried out in the home, like, and because it's rural residential, so we have all those people have chickens, which is totally legal, and they're selling eggs, so that's a home business, but it's legal. It's,
Right.
It's,
But does that fall under the, like the bakery person
I
that
think
has
my
the little?
definition might be.
well, I assume that's
Because that's
another
something
issue,
different.
that's another thing, because it's part of a home rural thing.
It is, but it's, forget what it was called. That we don't, kind of the state oversees it, so we can't really say no.
But I think, Kate, I would look at it as the home enterprises in Article 22.
Well, that's a good question.
That's
and
what I think,
I'm not
but
disagreeing with
then-
you, I just don't.
No, but I would like read through this, because like I said, you read over here and then it says, but it fall underneath if it qualifies here. That's why I said I need the whiteboard to kind of say, it has you kind of going back and forth, and
Flow chart.
I'm stressed out right now because we're getting supposed to be.
So when they
I have a
crafted
meeting.
this ordinance, they really were looking to make it easier for people who have
Maybe.
home occupation. And I don't think any of us are against it, as long as the abutters are good with it, and it fits in with the rural residential character of
Right.
And they already know the traffic is on the road.
Yeah.
But there is a big case in Concord right now with that guy making pickles.
Oh.
Yeah, and,
Did they make him like,
no, they're creating a law.
Because of what?
They made him cease and desist.
is he the one that like was canning stuff and then
Yeah.
saying you can have it
And I
for
think
free?
we're all for it. I mean, I'm not gonna speak for everybody, I'm kind of for that. I like the idea, people can't, and it's, but they're worried.
But we have to keep the public safe.
Well, that's what they're worried
But
about.
if he's giving it away,
Giving it away.
He was
so
giving
how
it
can
away.
you, all right, we digress, so let's
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, because really, like,
Code enforcement.
John, are you anti-pickle? Because
No.
Kate, so did you have more you wanted to?
I do.
Okay.
so I'm going down the Village District Road, and John kindly, emailed very great, because I give me the list, and I had created this map. The Village District goes all the way from the Vitas to.
Should
Let me see that map. Let me see.
You got a copy of the map.
No, he wouldn't.
I want to know.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
You
No,
right here, Jen Davidson.
I want to see that.
She wants to see the cutout.
What is your letter?
Oh, yeah, I want to see it because I might fall in the village.
You might be a builder.
But not know.
No, you don't. The Village District was created in the 1979-80. I can find no record of this. They must have had like a hearing or a meeting.
Jerry has records, she can start.
There is, I found paperwork about the village.
Okay, well, forward.
It's on the it has to do with the property that we're dealing with on the project.
Oh, the
In
king
the
thing.
deed,
Oh.
Yep.
I think.
So,
Well, if you go to,
I might, no.
so if you go to Christine Bartlett, I gave her everything that I was holding on to because I'm not secretary and treasurer anymore for the association. And in that bin, there is tons of information about the dam and all of the history of the,
The creation of the village district when it was incorporated.
I have, there's,
Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of, you know, actually.
there's a lot of, state prep and,
I've never seen that.
And they had a special meeting.
yep,
Yes, they had to create it, it had to be incorporated because it's a taxable.
all of that paperwork is in there, so
Mike.
Christine.
Well, the whole thing, my whole point is.
Yes, what did you,
Before I,
push stickers?
so if you would see it
Oh, no.
here, is why are these properties over here in the village district? Why are they being taxed for the impoundment of the lake? Why are these?
I was just, so I would.
Why are these lots that are not abutting the lake included in it? That is what I want to know. That is what I'm trying to find out.
That
Well,
could
see
be beach
that.
access.
Yeah, well, not, so Janet had told me that not everybody that's in the village district has beaches.
That's why I want to know why the parameters.
So there are some people on Silver Street that are across from our development, Kate, that are deeded access. I found that out.
So these orange ones, Kate, are not part of this?
The orange ones are something
I
that,
think over there in my neighborhood, there's like 2 big lots.
The two, like the old ones.
Like the 2 big lots over
All right, so-
there. Dirt section.
I'll answer your question when everybody's paying attention to the law.
Okay. Well,
It's a mystery to me.
So what is the color code on here? What
The color code on here is for the
That really is
the
sad.
purple color are lots that have been developed and are built on.
and you have no time to be chair of the planning board?
Are you going to listen to me?
Can you make a copy of that map?
I'm gonna get a gavel. I have a gavel.
They have one.
I have one at home. My gavel's probably much bigger than your gavel.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, the purple is privately owned and built on.
Okay,
The orange is privately owned and not built on.
okay.
And the green lots, Dan here, the green lots are town-owned.
So where's Roxanne's house on that?
Roxanne's house.
It's that new build over on Lakeshore.
There.
That's pretty.
So, and then the part 2 is I've been going through the maps and looking at the land use because I want to be able to identify on our tax maps where the perimeters of the, where the perimeters of the Sunrise Lake District, the rural residential district, we know, which is this big yellow bit, but that's not the important one. The residential commercial district, which is this orange one.
It's the Sunrise Lake.
The Four Corners district, which we're at here. And that's this pink one. And then that's it. Those are
Yes,
those are
John.
the districts.
Is the Sunrise Lake Village District the same as the Lake District?
The village district is not the same as the Sunrise Lake District. It's not the same.
Well, wait,
Who designated that?
Who designated the village district? Did we just talk about how they had a special meeting?
Okay, who
and created
designated the Lake District?
the zoning board.
Oh.
So can I ask
And
this
this,
question?
and the definition of the Sunrise Lake District is in the zoning
So
ordinance.
the Lake District is a zoning district, not a tax?
No.
It is within the village district,
Oh.
so it is taxed.
Okay,
So wait a minute. The
we're
village
extra taxed
district-
because of our assessment.
that's okay.
So what are we talking, the village district and the lakes district?
It's like a,
Wait a minute, which one is bigger?
The village district is bigger.
In the lakes district?
Because you can see that, you can see the village district goes from here to
Oh,
all
this is
the
all
big,
of the village.
all of the
But
village
this is the
district.
lake district.
I'm gonna put on the one
This stuff
sixty.
that's around, well, you can see it on here. It's yellow. So I started coloring in the tax map yellow, but we have the,
You always ramble, so let her.
the s-
Ooh,
the sunrise,
be nice, you want to come back.
the
What's
sunrise,
that matter?
the Sunrise Lake
This is the whole town.
District. Well, you are in the rural residential. You're important, Roxanne. Anyway, So we got the lots on Pinkham in the Sunrise Lake District. I don't think they belong there.
Jerry
So
did
wait a
say
minute,
she
wait a
would
minute, I
look.
gotta ask about the color
Correct.
coordinating, how come Tanglewood's not color coordinated?
Well, because I didn't get any.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted to get color.
We all know where that
I
goes.
thought it was good, but okay.
That should just be all,
Interesting, Kate. It's not only interesting, it's going to factor in very importantly when these big lots come up for development. What districts are they in? What rights do they have?
well, their rights are determined according to their deed. So if they subdivide down and there's 50 houses or 100 houses or whatever, if they don't have deeded rights to the beach, they can't go down, they'll have to go down to John Beach.
Which they are closer to on Eau Claire anyway, but,
Um,
but they're not, but the people who are in Eau Claire, interestingly enough, are not a part of an association. They have no association, because they have neither.
Neither does Fox Road.
Right, so I'm sorry. In Fox Road, in both those roads, though, Fox Road and Eau Claire Road do not have a common beach area.
Right.
But do they have, but are all those people like waterfront anyway?
Well,
Are those people
No.
waterfront?
Yes,
well,
most of them.
Because
there are,
most have like a waterfront and then a backlot, don't they?
no,
Yeah, not most of them, no.
No, not
Just a
anymore.
few.
just a few.
The new homes, those were 5-acre lots, and there were 1, 2, 3, maybe 4.
I mean, yeah, no, most all of those on those roads now are, there was, if they don't own property on both sides of the road.
No.
Only a handful do, because
No.
they've sold it to,
It's just those 4 or 5 lots.
Yeah, well, you gotta watch out for some of them people have.
And those were, I think that was one big lot because they were divided into 5-acre lots. 2 on the lakeside and 3 on the back. Because I was looking to buy it.
Did they have the septic on the back?
They
That was-
can't go over town, you can't go underneath the town.
What was the reason, do you know, for creating those lots that way? I thought it was because the house was in front and this.
There was that one lot that I.
Those lots were divided up before I came here in 2002.
So that lot that I looked into a while back, somebody wanted to potentially subdivide it. They had their leach field on
yeah.
part of an
That's a private
acre.
road.
It's a private road, and Janet said that if you look back to back when like Jeff Savage was on either planning or zoning board, there was like actual meeting about it and there was approval. So those people had special approval to do it. But it's also a private road, so.
I mean, this is going to come, I'll ask Jerry more about those particular properties, because someone is, there is activity on the northern one, and southern one.
But at the end of the,
I appreciate that.
I mean, at the end of the day, if that person's deed does not say that they have deeded access to,
Well, no, and deeded access to the beach, there's also which zone they are. Are they in the Lake District? Are they not in the Lake District?
Right, but I guess the question ultimately, though, what I think Kate is saying, how did they make the parameters of the
That's
district?
all I'm really interested in.
So,
Everything else will fall into place after I
Right.
find that out.
yeah. No, well,
For master
it probably will cause more questions, Kate. That's what usually happens, but, right, because again, it's gonna get to the point where these properties that they don't have any access to the water is why they considered in the Lake District. If they don't have, 'cause like, you don't live on the water, but you have a beach, you're an association, you have rights to a beach. Same with you, and same with you.
well, and the other thing is too, and I've
But
had
these-
people come to me that they look at their tax payment or whatever, or
The tax
and
bill.
it says Lake Village District.
Yeah.
So they're like, I pay, and they think it's the association, and it's like, no, it's, you're paying for the dam because you're in the Lake Village dam.
Actually, it just says village.
Yeah,
It doesn't say lake,
it's
it's village.
Village District. Well, but once you look for Village District, you figure out it's for the lake. So then people then bring up, well, where do I go swimming? And it's like, well, you gotta look at,
What
depending on
association?
where you are, but those people, when they see Village District and they learn that it's for the dam, they're gonna think, so that's when you have to look at your deed.
But your parking lot and your ramp is private property, right?
And it's,
If they
Association
cross-
zone.
and they cross private property to get to the beach.
Yes.
well, If there's somebody over on 153, no, they cannot. If you are in so in the deeds for our Cape Knives area,
Like I could, you and I could not just go down there and go on the beach.
That's not true, we can do a lot of things,
Well,
but I'm sure.
Legally,
I'm
no
sure-
trespassing.
There is no trespassing, no, but I meant part of that beach property extends under the owned property next door, does not.
no.
No, I think, did you guys determine like that, Steve, is the culvert or the ditch on Steve's side?
That's the big.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, which
it's
is-
up for question, I'm just saying, that's the only use, that's what I was talking about, going on private property.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
well, either way, you're going on private property because,
Unless the landowner writes it, like snowmobiles and ATVs. I mean, if I wanted to take my snowmobile, which I don't have on the Roxanne property, it would behoove me to get a landowner permission.
It would be, it would.
oh, the husband, that's a hunter, I don't know if you really want to do that.
So Kate, where are you with that? Are you asking Jerry, is that?
Yeah, we're at,
I'm there with my other avenue, because I didn't want to make it a big deal, and she's very good, and I know. But I think that if you're an incorporated village, you have to be filed with the Secretary of State, so I'm sure the state archives might have something.
Oh, that's true too, kind of like
So I'm gonna pursue it that way, it's, you know.
Tony got us the coal those
oh, that's
are
pretty
good.
good.
Email.
Robin, I just CC'd you that, I'm sorry, I didn't send it to you before.
So thank you for your time, and I
Email.
appreciate it, I appreciate listening to me and hearing me.
So-
out.
No, it's
See where-
actually caused some interesting questions, though.
Yeah, I'd love to
You
know.
just opened up Pandora's box.
We'll continue with that.
Interesting.
I make a motion to adjourn at 8:11.
Second.
I'll second.
John Mullen made the motion.
John's back on, I vote him for a chair.
The big thing really for me is getting map and lot for each zone, because that, when we created these zones, we had that specificity, and it does come up from time to time.
Well, I mean, I guess you're right, because then if somebody is in the village district
Move to vote.
and they want to go ahead and we already adjourned.
We don't vote.
No, wait a minute, you made the motion?
I'll
I make a
second it.
motion.
Wait a minute, I object, I want to sort of stay and talk some more.
Yeah, well, no, all those in favor?
I
Aye.